In the very beginning, I have to tell you that I'm personally very happy to be part of this ad hoc collective that EVROVIZION has gathered of artists and arts professionals, that many of which I've known for a while, or whose work I've known for a while, and who have established some serious points that are important in thinking about what is artistic present of today's Europe. I'm very curious, actually, how this group of people will deal with the issues of our past and our present, and how they will establish what is the main issue that defines our existence and our present in this time and in history and in geographical terms. So what I want to bring into this conversation, what I intend, what I can offer to this conversation, is my personal experience of 40 years of living in Sarajevo. And I hope that somehow the personal memory and the personal, let's say, heritage that is confined within the limits of my own corporal reality can interact with the experiences of each other, and can be a platform to discuss what we share. So here today I brought you to a place which is one of the defining places of my own identity, and this is the Sutjeska cinema, place where I, as a child, got some of the first experiences in the motion picture, where my parents used to take me, and which was one of the first buildings that was destroyed in Sarajevo when the war started in 1992. This place was one of the numerous cultural sites that were at the very focus of the Serbian army, who was very much interested not only to kill the inhabitants of Sarajevo and of course of Bosnia and Herzegovina, which they did with, I would say, with great effectiveness, because of 350,000 our citizens, 11,500 have died, and 1,500 of them were only children. What they did was also they destroyed systematically every trace of what they considered to be a continuity, a sign of our civil and human existence. The destruction was very precise, but our own experience of this destruction has brought to a transformation of how we see these places and what they represent. And somehow, instead of being places of destruction, they became the places of creation. Our citizens decided that they want to state that even though their physical reality can be destroyed, they would not allow the enemy to transform our spiritual reality, to transform our values in life, and to take charge of what is our memory of us. And the memory is what Sarajevo is known for. It is a place that has indeed cherished the traditions of multiculturalism, of openness, of diversity throughout its history, throughout its existence. The town was formed in the Ottoman era, and since then it was a home, and it has been a home, and it's still a home for Muslim, Catholic, Orthodox, Jewish communities, which have always lived together. Not with tolerance, but truly with togetherness, with the feeling of shared life, reflecting one in the other. Today the town is tormented by Bosnia's past and present. Being locked by the Dayton Peace Agreement, in which the perpetrator and victim are asked to live together, to share one space of life with equal power, and basically to compromise, has put Bosnia in an impossible situation. Divisive, destructive politics has created a situation in which the society functions like a boat with two rowers rowing in opposite directions, in which I would say every move means actually just staying in one place but digging deeper into the wounds of the victims of war. So on a practical level, that means that it is impossible for society to function in its institutional forms. Those who were carrying destruction during the war now have an institutionalized power to carry out their vision during the peace. And in this situation, it is impossible to move the society forward because they actually have the veto power on every decision which could change our reality. And of course, in the end, it is something that crucially affects the cultural institutions. As during the war, the cultural institutions were attacked very much physically by the shelling and burning, today they're attacked by systematic destruction with reducing or even completely cutting off the funding on any institution which has national importance, such as the National Museum, National Gallery, National Library. All of those institutions who are supposed to deal with the culture on a general, systematic and, let's say, long-term perception and perspective. The forms of functioning of cultural life in Bosnia are now reduced to individual initiatives, independent, badly financed programs, or institutions or projects that get support on a local level. But this doesn't replace the activity of systemic visionary planning of the culture for the future. If we don't change this, if the politics doesn't find a way to win against this destruction, there will be nobody to take care of the ways how we take care of our memory and our identity, how we transform our experience into culture, and how we communicate those experiences for the generations that are coming. And the new generation is the reason why art survives and why institutions survive, such as the National Gallery of Bosnia and Herzegovina, where we are today, where visitors can see an exhibition by Bosnian artist Bojan Stojčić, which has been on display in the past month. Bojan is one of the voices of contemporary Bosnian art scene that is very strong, very articulate, and very aware of their role in society, but also in their place in the historical continuity of art history. And this generation is putting very high demands and very high ambitions for them to express what they see as a particular point of view that Bosnian art can bring. Within this context, of course, I'm very happy that this same building will host a large exhibition by Selma Selman, and I hope that the visitors of the next year's symposium will be able to see it in the summer of 2021. Selma, who is also a participant of the EVROVIZION project. And I am very proud to be part as a curator of both these exhibitions and actually to learn in how our vision, our understanding of our reality and how it can be reflected in the artistic production can turn into, I could say, an artistic and historical fact. But on the other hand, I have to say that I'm very happy that Bosnian artists are part of this project, because I think that they will be able to share interesting points of view, that they will be able to share a peculiar type of knowledge with the audiences and participants of this project. And if they're honest, if they really share their knowledge, then I hope they will not be gentle, but that they will be really punching you in the stomach with it. And this is what I see as a possible Bosnian contribution to the EVROVIZION project. Provoking questions. How does
our reality figure within the overall European identity? What is the role of artistic practice in sharing our and creating our historic identity and memory? And finally, what is our relation to the truth? Are we interested in the truth, or we just like nice pictures?